Hey, I'm Yves Nakamoto, and for the next few minutes, consider me as you. It's 2012. You buy a used 2008 Mustang, $3,000 down, 300 a month for 4 years. It feels normal. Everyone you know has a payment like this on something, but it bothers you in a way you can't quite explain. You're spending money you haven't earned yet for the next 4 years on something that loses value every single day you own it. You start reading, not about cars, about money itself, why everything you can actually afford seems to lose value while everything worth holding seems to require money you don't have yet. Somewhere in that rabbit hole, you find Bitcoin. You buy a little, sell it a few months later for a small profit, feel clever about it. You don't really understand what you're holding. You move on. 2016, the car loan ends. You sell the Mustang, 4 years old now, still runs fine for $10,000. For the first time in 4 years, there's no payment going out. $70 a week, a little less than the 300 a month you'd gotten used to not having anymore, and you put it into the thing you'd been quietly circling back to for 4 years. Bitcoin is around $500 to $900. Most people who've heard of it assume it's already over. There was a boom and bust in 2013, and this looks like the same story, just smaller. You don't tell many people. It feels less like an investment and more like redirecting a bill you no longer have. By the end of that first year, you've put in around $3,600. The Bitcoin you bought with that $3,600 will end up being worth more than everything you add over the next 8 years combined. Not because that year was special, because the price was lower than it would ever be again. 2017. The price doesn't just rise, it goes from under $1,000 to nearly 20,000. You check the number you've been ignoring. It's around $100,000 from a redirected car payment. You don't sell, partly because you don't fully believe it, partly because selling feels like it would make it real, and making it real feels like it might break something. 2018, 76% of it is gone. The 100,000 is now around 25,000. Crypto winter, the headlines say. You think about the $70 a week differently now. It used to feel like nothing, less than the car payment, redirected, automatic. Now it feels like feeding something that's dying. You keep going anyway, mostly because stopping would mean admitting something and you're not ready to admit it. Then 2020, the world shuts down for a few weeks. This is the least important thing happening anywhere, including in your own head. Your position drops briefly to around $40,000 during the crash. And here's where the Mustang comes back. 4 years of payments on that car, 3,000 down, 300 a month. And when you sold it, it gave you $10,000 back. That felt like a completely normal, sensible outcome. A depreciating thing sold for whatever it was still worth. This thing, even crashing, even in the middle of a global emergency, is sitting at 4 times that. You think about just doing the same thing, selling it for what it's worth, like you did with the car, taking the win. $40,000 for 4 years of a payment that was already smaller than the one you used to make. You don't. Not because of some plan, mostly because the world has bigger problems that week. And by the time you look up again, the moment has passed. Meanwhile, governments everywhere do something that had never happened at this scale. Trillions of dollars created and distributed in months. You don't think about what that means yet. You just keep putting in $70 a week on autopilot now. 2021, the number climbs past $400,000. This is different from 2017. In 2017, it was surprising. Now, it's the kind of number that changes how you think about your own life. A down payment, a cushion, an exit from something if you wanted it. People around you are talking about this constantly. Some of them are right, some of them are about to be very wrong. 2022, 64% of it disappears. 400,000 becomes around 145,000. An exchange holding billions of dollars of other people's money collapses in days. Not because of a price crash, because the money was never where people thought it was. This time it's permanently over, people say. Some of the loudest voices from 2021 vanish from the internet entirely. You still have more than you put in, much more. You also have less than half of what you had 8 months ago. Both of those are true at the same time, and neither one tells you what to do. You do the same thing you did in 2018 and the same thing you did in 2020. Nothing. Here's something that was happening underneath all of this. Across this period, the US money supply roughly doubled. The national debt more than doubled. This isn't a prediction about anything. It's just what was happening measurably in the background while the number on your screen kept doing the same two things over and over in opposite directions. 2024. A new high. The price crosses $100,000 for the first time in its history. Your position crosses 800,000. People who called it dead in 2018 are now explaining with total confidence why they always knew. 2025, it keeps going. The price passes $120,000. Your position crosses $1 million for the first time. A redirected car payment, 9 years, $1 million. The Mustang gave you 10,000 for 4 years of 300 a month. This gave you 100 times that for 9 years of slightly less. You don't feel the way you thought you would. Mostly you feel like you should do something. You're still not sure what. And now, June 2026. The price has dropped about 50% from where it was 8 months ago. Your position is back down to around $560,000. You've lost almost $500,000 in paper value since October. If you only look at the chart, this moment looks exactly like 2018, exactly like 2022. A sharp drop, a quiet feeling that maybe this time it really doesn't come back. Somewhere right now, someone who crossed $1 million 8 months ago is having the exact conversation you had with yourself in your garage in 2020, except with one more zero and a lot less time to look away. That feeling, this time it's really over, has shown up at every one of these moments. It was wrong as a signal every previous time. Whether it's wrong this time too, nobody actually knows. That's not what this video is about. Here's what it's actually about. At no point in this story did the number tell you what to do. When it was small, it felt too small to matter. So why stop? When it became life-changing, stopping felt like it would make it real. When it crashed, stopping felt like admitting you were wrong. When it recovered, stopping felt premature. There was never a moment that felt like the right moment, not once in 9 years. What stayed constant wasn't conviction or belief or even attention most of the time. It was the absence of a decision to make. $70 a week, a little less than a car payment you'd already stopped noticing. A choice made once by a version of you that no longer had to keep making it. Every single time, the number and the feeling attached to it changed completely.